Alhamdulillah. All praise is due truly to Allah. We have returned, as have your beaming faces to your masjid. Its halls have refilled with your praises of Allah and your prayer. We've returned to our masjid praying once again, shoulder to shoulder with one another in our community, and heart to heart as always with the rest of our Muslim brethren throughout the world. This year, all Mosque Foundation classes and programs have been restored, given in person without restriction or regulation for all ages and groups. Hence, the masjid and its halls have once again filled with attendees, and Mosque Foundation students have returned to their school. The Siddiq Sunday School distinguished team of teachers welcomed our children back to its classes with the additional task of helping them overcome the ill effects of the COVID pandemic, teaching their students not only sound knowledge and wisdom, but as well how to retain and uphold their Muslim identity. As well, the Saturday school سَنُقْرِئُكَ فَلَا تَنْسَى opened its doors and welcomed its students back with twice the attendees prior to the COVID pandemic. In fact, attendance this school year has increased so much that the Harlem Center building had to be employed to accommodate all of the school's new students and their respective classes. And so, the Saturday school administration once again faithfully took upon themselves the monumental task of teaching our community's children the Book of Allah and the Arabic language using modern methods in a comfortable and warm environment. Every corner of the mosque has been lit up once again by the gatherings of knowledge teaching the Book of Allah. Classes are held teaching the Quran and its wisdom geared towards adults, fashioned to accommodate their time and responsibilities for both men and women. In these classes, dozens of sisters graduate yearly, having received chains of narration to the Quran, reaching back all the way to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As before, Quran memorization classes have returned full throttle, with its continued and very fruitful efforts. Graduating this year, 10 of our community's children who have completed the memorization of the Quran in its entirety verbatim. Thus, a celebration was held to congratulate these students on their hard work and this monumental achievement, complete with a reception party and gifts to all of its students. The mosque administration held a graduation celebration for the class of 2022, distributing monetary gifts to each of the community's graduating students as a show of appreciation of their academic achievements and a gesture of confidence in their pursuits. In this same spirit, the Mosque Foundation youth programs of 2022 have been as invaluable as they have been numerous. The Mosque Foundation leadership vigorously pursued the interests of our youth, bringing a number of sheikhs from various states to address the youth on their unique challenges and to instruct and help guide them to a balanced understanding of Islam, and to explore topics and issues particular to our day and age. This year, by the grace of Allah, followed by your generous donations, a new food pantry building was purchased, allowing the food pantry program to service even more of our community's needy. On any of the food pantry's distribution days, long lines of the most needy of our community gather at its doors to receive their weekly sustenance. This program is fulfilled by a large number of volunteers who see to it that everyone who comes to the food pantry's doors is looked after and leaves feeling fulfilled and their needs met. As well, the Mosque Foundation returned to its civil engagement programs of advising people of both their rights and responsibilities as citizens, as well as acting in synchronicity in all factions of life. Ramadan 2022 was themed around brotherhood and helping the needy wherever they may be. Hence, great strides were taken through dynamic leadership and exceptional generosity to extend a helping hand to those in need around the world, wherever they may be, whoever they may be. The happiness on the day of Eid was palpable, as we prayed the Eid prayer together at SeatGeek Stadium with a plethora of distinguished guests and a crowd of more than 20,000 attendees, complete with gifts and activities for the entire family and complimentary gifts to every child in attendance. This is merely a small snippet of a much larger whole of what the Mosque Foundation offers our community in terms of services and support, services ranging from arbitration to family counseling, to celebrating with people in times of happiness, to standing in solidarity and support with them in times of difficulty and grief. Having said this, we cannot forget to mention our very numerous volunteers of both men and women who dedicate their time and their skills to upholding and rendering these various services, asking nothing in return but the pleasure of their Lord Almighty Allah. Finally, true thanks after Allah is due to you, our donors, our supporters, the ones who are truly behind this incredible effort and these services. We ask Allah that He make our efforts all for His sake, and that they may be deemed acceptable in His court. We ask Allah that He makes our deeds a path to pulpits of light and honor under the shade of His throne on the day of resurrection. Ameen.